everyone, so I'm meeting up with Dubz to make a video. It's actually a sensible time, probably 4 hours later than we would normally start making films, which is brilliant for me because I had a couple of drinks last night. When you're not going to bed till 2 o'clock in the morning, getting up at 6 is a bit of a challenge. So me and Dubz have got a little ongoing joke. Actually, I think it's probably just me that's got the ongoing joke. He seems to not want to get in the car with me. I don't know whether it's because he doesn't like my car, which to be honest with most people don't, or whether he doesn't trust my driving. I have been driving for too long. I don't know that I've been driving actually, 20 years, 25 years, something like that. Yeah, he always drives everywhere, so I'm going to see whether today I can get him to get in the car, and fingers crossed I don't crash. Actually, that's put a lot of pressure on me now. Maybe we should go in his car. I ain't joking. So I've arrived at Dubz's house. I'm going to go and knock on his door, surprise him with a camera in the face because he's done that to me numerous times, and put him on the spot. What's the thing he used to do? What's the question of the day? What's the thought of the day? So here we go.
Yo!
What up, dude?
How you doing?
Been a while.
Come in. Shut up, you.
Wow. He's got bigger.
I know, mate. I thought you were talking about me.
Well, you have actually.
Trying. You good?
Yeah, really good.
Yeah, there.
How's it been?
Oh, good.
I thought I'd put you on the spot today.
Yeah.
Normally you put me on the spot.
Yeah.
What's the thought of the day?
The thought of the day?
The quote of the day, that was it, wasn't it?
I can't believe you just... Oh, you've done me.
See?
You have done me. You have done me. Quit crying and start grafting.
That's the one.
Boom! That's the one. Real talk, baby. I've had this cold for a week now.
Yeah.
And I get it literally this time every year. I just said quit crying, didn't I?
Yeah, and there you go.
Listen to me.
2 seconds later.
Read what you sow, brother. Watching Netflix movies.
Yeah.
Netflix and chill with a puppy. Who's now destroying his toy. The state of my lawn, look.
So you passed your drone?
No, I've got my final theory.
Yeah.
On Wednesday afternoon at 2:30.
Oh, good. Well,
and then hopefully
good luck.
Hopefully I'll pass that.
Is that online or is that classroom?
Yeah, it's online, but they use like team viewer things so they can monitor your computer to check.
So you're not looking up Google.
And then after that, I just have to go to Peterborough and just do my practical flight assessment.
Okay.
Which is straightforward. It's just flying around the figure eight, flying around in a square, take-off and landing procedures.
Yeah, just to make sure you can actually fly.
They'll call some emergency procedures and you have to act accordingly, and then ask you questions and stuff like that. And you should fly through that, excuse the pun. If I pass it, happy days.
Yeah.
I mean, it's, I'm not, no ego that, I've got to get 100%. Oh, I got 85, you got 81. Like, whatever, we're still flying the same thing. Do you know what I mean?
Do you need me to carry anything?
Oh, I'm alright, thanks, mate.
Right.
You be good.
We're sorry to drop this on you, but we're driving in my car today.
Are we?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's either my driving or my car you don't like.
No, it's not that, mate. I just like to be in control.
I had noticed. You got everything you need? You need anything out of the car?
You haven't bought the Mini, have you?
No. This has just come back from the garage actually.
Yeah, mate, don't talk about that. I had a £900 bill this week for this.
Did you?
Oh, mate.
What's wrong with it?
When I went to Snowdon last weekend, he continued. Yeah, so I was like, okay, that's fine, yeah. Get it booked in the garage on Monday. Got it booked in. So I was like, sweet, no worries.
This is recording, by the way.
Okay.
So don't give anyone any of your secrets.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's like nearly £900 later, so yeah.
Oh, wow.
So I was well chuffed.
Mine don't seem so bad then, and it cost me 300 quid.
I was really, really chuffed. Do these things actually work?
No, not really, no.
Oh, right.
But you'd expect, I don't know, you still get air coming in.
Yeah.
You'd expect everything to bounce off, wouldn't you?
Yeah, because I was thinking about buying them for mine. I think they do stop an element of it.
they do well.
They do stop the elephant. That ain't going to stop an elephant, mate.
Well, there's only one way of finding out.
Oh God, funny. I still have so many people that I haven't seen for ages. Oh yeah, I saw your video, the one you done like, in the
pandemic one was wicked, yeah.
Yeah, it was good actually.
It all worked really well.
Not bad for off the cuff, eh?
It was as well, wasn't it?
It was all off the cuff, wasn't it?
The best bit about it is, obviously, in our lifetime, you're probably never going to get that again.
No,
that opportunity, that little window was like such a small couple of weeks really before everything started to sort of pick up.
Yeah, it was, yeah. And the security guard come out, you can't drone film over it. I was like, it doesn't matter, mate, I'm finished now. See you later. It's like, you've been watching us for 30 minutes and now plucked up the courage to come out and tell us to clear off. I said, no, Ellis, you're not coming off. You stay on the pitch. And whilst I'm saying this, is like, well, you can't really do that, can you? The referee's told him that he needs to have a 5-minute break, so tell your boy to get off the pitch, which I did in the end. Yeah, I didn't even know this was here, mate.
Did you not? How long have you lived in Milton Keynes?
Pat's Pilots. Well, 41 years nearly. Longer than most people.
Yeah. Right, let's go and look at some Roman ruins, shall we? Right, so we're about to pop your Roman ruins cherry. You got everything?
Not be able to see properly. That's always a bonus.
That does that when you're flying a drone.
Always a bonus. Line of sight. Here we are, back out.
On the
Mr.
road.
Bro.
Been a while, hasn't it?
This is quite a nice walk down here, actually.
Yeah, you just take your dog here.
Yeah, as walks go. You know, I was actually quite lucky in a sense that it didn't actually cause any cuts or damage, so could have been a lot worse. But yeah, it's like everything in life. Learn from your mistakes and move on.
Yeah. Especially with
you learn not what to do next time.
Especially if it nearly cuts your finger off.
Yeah, exactly. Especially from a low-flying aircraft.
When you fly the drone,
are
you supposed to notify the authorities and supposed to
you know
notify people that
you're doing no. It depends where you are. This is where people get the misconception about. I speak to so many people. Oh yeah, I've got my drone license. I'm like, oh, have you got the full PFCO? They're like, no, I'm all registered now. I'm like, well, you don't have a drone operator's license, do you? You've paid £9 a year
just to tell them that
you've gone on the internet to direct.gov and with the CAA, and you've registered your drone. You've got an operator ID and you've got a fly ID, which is legally what you're supposed to have anyway, just from a recreational aspect.
Yeah. When you went to Snowdon the other week, was because they fly.
Yeah, obviously
they fly through the mountains, don't they?
Yeah, they do, and obviously you've got the Coast Guard, and you've got obviously the rescue helicopters and that. But you don't have to. But if you want to make sure you don't get yourself in a little bit of a bad situation, you need to kind of study these things, even on a basic level, just get a basic understanding of the air traffic, and download an app called Drone Assist, and basically it's just like Google Maps basically, but for drones. So it will just put a pin on your location and it will bring up the red areas, and you can actually drop on those, and it will tell you what airspace it is, what time stuff is flying, whether it's restricted, whether it's danger airspace and stuff. From a commercial point of view, if you are flying even not within, Class G airspace is not restricted airspace, so you can fly in Class G airspace.
So this would be Class G?
I'd have to check, because obviously you've got Woodhill Prison just up the road.
So it says somewhere how old it is.
It was found in 1983 to 86.
Yeah. And where does it say how old it is? Yeah, that
4 to 600 AD.
Yeah.
See, a variety of stone tools found during excavations at Bancroft suggest the earlier presence in Neolithic hunters, 4,500 to 2,000 before Christ.
That's ridiculous.
Around 900 to 700 years before Christ.
So this is basically what it would have looked like back in the day. So this here is that bath there. That building there.
Some people find this stuff really boring. When you're quite hip.
I would have done when I was at school.
When you're quite cool. But when you get to the older age, you start getting into into the silver ages.
Yeah, you appreciate it a little bit more, don't you?
You do, yeah. It's heritage at the end of the day, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because everyone thinks Milton Keynes is this like new city, which it is, but it's nice to see the history behind it and what was here before we it up. I'm going to get the bird out, mate. I think.
Really?
Yeah.
Do some flying.
Go up, maybe up there, up that corner somewhere, out the way.
Right, so how long does it take you to set up a drone then?
I can have it in the air in a couple of minutes.
Oh, really?
But obviously I'm going a bit slower today.
Yeah.
Oh! I just got smashed by the...
Got a helipad.
Got a helipad, yeah. This is known as a TOLP, take off and landing point. So
is that easier for the drone to find, or is it just easier for you?
No, it's easier because it just gives you a flat surface, really. Because like in here, when you've got, you know, not long grass but slightly longish grass, obviously for the DJI Phantoms and stuff like that, you know, they have very big long legs on them, so you can more or less land and take off anywhere. Whereas with the Mavic, it kind of sits quite low to the ground. It hasn't really got legs on it as such.
It's not just that, it's like those ruins there is thousands of years old.
I know it is, they're just kicking a football around it.
They're using it as a f***ing football goal.
So first thing you have to do is just calibrate your compass for the GPS basically. So it just asks you to do a little dance. All this does is basically calibrating the GPS compass on the drone to usually in between like 11 and 15 satellites I can normally pick up in Milton Keynes.
Okay.
Drone assist. So yeah, basically this will open up, then if you can see that. I understand the terms and conditions. So it's the same as Google Maps basically. So I'm there. So you can see there's restricted airspace, which is there, if you can see that. And that is probably
the prison.
That is Woodhill, restricted airspace. If you want to fly, and that's the thing, if you want to fly over any of the parks in Milton Keynes, like Willen, Caldecott, Campbell Park, places like that, people do recreational flying, because you see videos all over the place. But if you do get caught by somebody, they might give you a slap on the wrist for it, because you are supposed to contact them. But when you are doing stuff, it is always, if you can, have someone else with you, which is called a competent observer, basically.
Is that what you're calling me?
No, but calling you a competent observer. So
I've been called worse.
So what that means is you have a second pair of eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not only on the actual drone itself, but on your surrounding area. Because as I said, you shouldn't be flying within 50 metres of any building, car, sort of land structure or public, general public as such. And you should also really have a coned off area, which I haven't got today, but have a coned off area which you can't stop people from entering it.
Yeah.
But obviously my job is to have a visual line of sight on my drone at all times, and I can't have a visual line of sight if I'm worrying about people around me. So by having another person within your organisation, then obviously they can say, oh, we're just flying a drone, and you can ask people to leave, but you have no right to.
Yeah.
But what you can do is, if I've got my back to you and someone enters a close proximity of where you're flying, you can give me a heads up and say, dude, this guy's there, he's being a bit of a prat and he's not going to leave. So in which case what I will do is I will just land the drone
and then drop kick him.
Land the drone, roundhouse kick him, and then drag him in the bushes. And then, no, I'm just going to take off up here. So what I'm going to do as well, which people might find boring, but obviously with any equipment, before you use it, especially something as dangerous as this, it's best to just do checks and make sure it's operating. So obviously I've got no warnings telling me that I'm getting interference. The worst thing you want is radio interference when flying a drone, because it means you might pick up interference whilst you're flying and you might lose control of it. So I'm just going to do a couple of little safety checks on the operation of the drone. So I'm going to start by just obviously going up, down, and right, left, and yeah, so I know that all the operations of my control of drone are currently okay. Yeah. know, pretty damn high, maybe 150 meters or something like that. Because the last thing you want to do is press the button to return to home, and it's coming in 20 meters, and it's just going to crash into all sorts of stuff, you know, maybe a car or a building or even someone else. So again, that's really important, you know, with just setting up your gear properly, you know.
You lost it?
Right, what I'm going to do here, I'm just going to go on the modes on here, and I'm going to do a point of interest. Point of interest, like, is an awesome tool for getting that nice panning circular motion around something. So what I could do is go on point of interest, and I could just put a little point in the centre of the object I wanted to circle. You know, you see the drones and they go around a cathedral or something.
Yeah.
Oh my God, how did they do that? It's like perfect, the same distance. And that's what the point of interest, which is great. And then you can also pull in, move closer and further away whilst it's doing this as well, and increase the speed, the altitude as well.
And how fast does that go?
This would do, I think this would do about 41 miles an hour in total.
Would it?
Yeah, if you put it on sport mode. And it automatically starts recording as well when you do these flight modes.
Oh, does it?
Yeah.
So that's a schoolboy error as well, isn't it?
Yeah, not press and record, but it's automatically, as it starts doing the movement, it will automatically start recording.
And how much flight time have you got with it?
I get about, I mean, a battery on a good day probably get close to 30 minutes.
That's good going,
Again,
isn't it?
it depends on the velocity, altitude,
And the wind,
obviously,
isn't it?
and the wind and stuff
Yeah.
like that. So
How far will it go?
around 5 miles, about 7.8 kilometres.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, it is ridiculous, really.
And that's like literally from where we are now to pretty much where you live, isn't it?
Almost, yeah, basically. So if you're not sure where you are, I've also got my home point, and then I've got the arrow as well. So if you do go quite far, sort of to the end of your visualiser line of sight,
Right.
then obviously you can check on your compass so you know you're going in the right direction, if that makes sense.
Oh, wicked. Yeah. It tells you where you are.
Yeah.
No battery.
It's telling me I've got a low battery.
How long have you got from that point?
Well, I've got it set to 25%, so I've got quite a long time.
Oh, so you haven't got to start panicking just
no,
yet?
I've just literally slide on return to home, and then automatically come home. And what it should do, it will land as close as it can to the GPS point where you took off.
Right, okay.
Hence why, you know, I did the dance at the beginning.
Yeah.
That was setting my GPS home point, basically, which is what you should do before you take off at any point.
Right, okay.
So if you do lose signal, or if something happens, it will automatically return to home. I can hear it, there it is, see?
Yeah.
Snow and birds, but again, it's assessing the area before you take off. You know, what's the frequency of birds in the area? If lots of birds, etc. Now that is pretty accurate.
That is really accurate.
That is literally back on the pad.
That's ridiculous.
Back on the pad.
And it done that itself, or did you do that?
It done it itself.
That is cool, isn't it?
Straight back on the pad. I didn't touch that. Straight back on the pad. Incredible. But yeah, fantastic bit of kit. That's the Mavic Pro 2. Obviously, again, when you do get your flyer ID and stuff, make sure you put your ops ID and your flight ID on there as well. It also helps if you lose your drone, somebody finds it. Obviously, it's registered to your address and you, so if someone is nice enough to give it back, or if someone, you know, of authority finds it, obviously they can just type that in on practical flights. This is, you need a training course to fold this.
Twist it. I've got green screens like that. Twist
Yeah.
it. Just
There is a way of doing it, isn't
yeah,
there?
that'll show you. Yeah, ready? I'm gonna make a of myself now.
Come on then, show me, Russ.
I've got
I did do it last time. There is a knack to it. That's it. Oh my goodness! Get it in there. Don't let go.
like a pro.
Don't let go. Get it in the bag. Teamwork makes the dream work.
This is it. Damn.
I can fly the drone, but I can't put my takeoff and landing point away. With Kia, you get like that. You get quite a bit for your money as well with Kia, don't you?
You do, especially if you buy a newish one, because they got the 7-year warranty.
You've got a 7-year warranty with them as well.
Yeah.
So
It's caused me no trouble whatsoever. This video is not sponsored, by the way.
Is it not sponsored by Kia?
By Kia, yeah.
Okay. Time about 9-10 o'clock. The heavens open, and they did. Well, I mean, you saw in the video how heavy that rain was.
Horrendous, man.
But my tent held out. It's only the second time I've used that new big one now.
Oh, look at this. Hold on. Sorry to interrupt you. Someone's gone the wrong way.
I mean, how do you even do that? How did you manage that, mate? How did you do that? Oh, I just have a fag.
Mate,
It
that
just
takes some going, doesn't it?
clearly not. You know, clearly not. This, you know, do the maths.
Yeah.
Everyone else is coming this way. There's no other cars going in your direction. I mean, he was pretty calm about it. I reckon it's probably his wife's car or something.
Fired it off at me.
Didn't want it anyway. It's a money
Yeah.
pit.
Right, so I got you back in one piece.
Yeah,
See?
that's it. Lovely
Not
little,
as bad as you thought, is it?
lovely little, little outing there. Good to get back out with the cameras.
Them scooters are everywhere now.
I know, and you just see them left on the side of the road. I did read that it says if you run out of battery, don't think that someone's stolen one of these scooters and just like dumped it on the side of the road. People have actually been told that if it does go flat and you run out of battery, just leave it.
And someone picks it up,
And
doesn't
someone
they?
will
Charge
drive around and pick it up.
Good scheme, but
It is a good
now,
scheme.
now everyone's driving them. I don't want to do it anymore.
No, I mean, it's not. It's no one looks at you like you're cool now.
No, this is it. Yeah, I was a rebel before, but now everyone's doing it, so I'm not into it.